You got everyone. There we go. And so it starts. Once again. Yeah. We will do the daily routine to get things going. Hopefully I'm not too close to the mic. I'll put it a little bit closer. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can just see it actually. A little bit too close. There you go. How's that? Can you see it? Nah, you can't see it. Breaks the illusion. Anyway, I'm just going to be picking up Darkwood once again and doing other stuff. I'm actually just trying to get an image, something or a video I'm working on. So we're going to have to do Dreamlight activities until I find the image I need. Wait, what? Oh, that's right, I logged in earlier to get that thing. Yeah, never mind.
See the constellations, they remind me that this life cannot be lost forever. I watch my generation, it's so evident this world will soon be gone, will soon be gone. Can we live for tonight?
It doesn't seem right. Gonna have dark wood for another chest. So we need at least 30,000. So we need to end at 30,000 by the end of today. So it looks like gonna be a big Dreamlight day. But let's go to Scrooge first. So I'll probably make 2 chests, so I'll probably need about 40,000. Alright. Alright, no clothing again. Shop resets tomorrow, so that would be interesting. I think I might include that in my clip show of the reset. That'd be interesting. Well, nothing new. That was disappointing. Oh well. It happens. Alright, so we're gonna have to smash out, so we need this at 40,000. Start it. So it's going to be a bit of a grind, but we'll get there in time, as we always do. Oh, this Goofy stole. Hi there, pal. Alright. Keep forgetting to sell those 2 meals. God damn it. Alright. God, what is it? Everyone seemed to ran immediately away from me. As Ariel.
I'm so happy Eric's here. Thank you.
Oh, damn it.
Oh, I just had to come to the surface to see.
I'm starting to give you. I'll give a fish. There you go. Ooh, you love them, don't you? Why? You're sick, Ariel. I've got to harvest 5 vegetables, but we should really have a buddy with us. Right.
Oh, hello, dear.
running. Damn, no. I didn't want to do that, did I? Right. Oh, it's too late now. I can't remember which ones I've done. I definitely haven't done bunnies today. Get some carrots. Feed some bunnies. Oh. It's annoying. Seeds too. Be lazy. What I want to do is split one, double the others. The carrot back. Yeah, for some more. Oh, hey, McZuggins. How are you going? Welcome to the stream. You're the only one that stopped by so far today. It's all you. How's it going? Chilling, stopping by before bed. Ah, well, thank you very much for doing that. You didn't have to. Obviously, you didn't have to, but you know what I mean. Hope you had a good day, for what it's worth. Could have had a terrible day, I don't know. Wait. Got to see watch Scrooge as, yeah, I just did that check earlier. I was very disappointed, got nothing new. It was definitely not one of those good days, you could say. Now holiday, nice. I had a very busy day. Let's just say that. It's probably the easiest, politest way of saying it. Had a very busy day. Just not enough time to do everything. But they happen. That's why you got another day. Yes. Kind of boring. Wish I had some anecdote or anecdote. I don't know if it's just superstition, but supposedly if you give us, yeah, I've heard that rumor. Yeah, I've heard that rumor, and some people say it's worked, and some people say it hasn't. I think it's complete luck, and the ones that do it just happen to get better ones the next day. And then that just fuels the idea. I don't know. Until I see something concrete, I'm not believing it. It's like the recent community rumor. But who knows? The devs know, probably. I don't know. But I did it the other day. And did it work? Alright. Well, let me know if it works or not. And maybe I'll just try it. Today or tomorrow. I don't know whether I believe it or not. There's nothing to say why it would do that. Seems very odd. It also seems very odd that people have only just discovered that as well. It is kind of impossible to know, yeah. And then if it just happened you were going to get good gifts the next day, but you did the Scrooge trick, you're just going to start to think it was the Scrooge trick. There has to be some like proper way of testing it. If it was actually true, it would probably someone would be able to statistically work it out. I don't know, it doesn't feel right. I did finally get nice. Well, what's your clothing count and furniture count at the moment? I get typically like 1 or 2 items new every day. There is a couple of days where I don't get anything. But I'll try it today. Yeah. How about I try it and see what happens tomorrow? Because today I got no new items. So statistically, there is a chance I get at least one new item tomorrow. Because if I got nothing today, there's a high chance tomorrow that I'll get an item. So I could try it. We'll do the Scrooge trick and see where that works. I doubt it, but we'll do it. Alright, we'll do it right now. Why don't we do it right now? Let's find Scrooge. His favorite stuff. Group ritual, gonna go. Alright. That's easy. Quickly do this because that means it does that. Cool. Three finishers you didn't have today. Okay. What's your finisher count at the moment? Yeah, so you've I've got more than you, so I'm at 7-5. So chances are you'll get more furniture than I would. You. I'll give it a shot, and you never know. So I have to do his daily discussions too. Where is he? Because I am still looking out for the Moana palm tree, that luminescent palm tree. I still haven't got it, and I really want it. Multiple weeks of hardly anything new, yeah. I mean, I'm lucky to still get 1 or 2 items new. But we'll give it a go. You're seeing it right now of me trying to do this Scrooge thing. So all done, and now we wait till tomorrow. Ah, yeah, I've got that. I think it's right there. There it is there. Did take me a very long time to get it. But I'm lucky to have so many items that I have. I mean, it's so hard to get the furniture, eh? And also, it doesn't tell you in-game what's actually attainable or not, so... I'm doing it, but full belief it's superstition. Well, how about me and you both do it, and we can, and I'll put it in my clip show as well. So if you're worried that it won't be around for the results, I'll put in the clip show of that what we just did there, and then the results the next day. And that way, we've got something down. And I'll do it 2 days in a row as well. Because that way you've got some kind of sample size. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think maybe we want to believe it because it means there's a way out of the hole that we've got ourselves into. Well, keep in mind, it's not Disney doing it. I hate people that do that. It's like, it's not Disney doing it. They just license the characters. That's why the characters actually interact with each other and don't really... The only thing Disney cares about is what the characters say or do. Nothing about the mechanics of the game. I feel bad because like Disney gets the credit for this game, even though they literally had barely any input other than giving the IP over. Imagine that. Imagine doing all this effort and someone else getting credit for it. That would suck. Yeah, Gameloft then, yeah. I don't know. Gameloft is pretty legit. Like I've as I started, playing this game a lot more and doing research on it, Gameloft seems actually a company that gives a shit about their games and people. They try and support the games for a very long time. So, yeah, exactly. Exactly, and they seem to have fun with it. And they seem to be quite respectful with the issues that came about with the premium shop. It was quite interesting seeing how they reacted to it, because not only with the bundles that you could actually get in Scrooge's shop, did they just give it out to every player. They also refunded people. They're very proactive with saying, what was going on and how they're just testing it. And to be honest, I think they made very healthy changes. So I don't know. I don't think they're as evil as people think they are. I think I reckon they're trying to play both sides, right? Trying to make the higher ups happy, but they're also actually trying to make a legit game. I would not be surprised doing right by Scrooge. Yeah, maybe, but it would be very confusing, you could say, that no one picked up on it before. So either it could have been with the new update, or yeah, I don't know. It just seems weird. So we probably can make 2 meals now. I serve. Fish pasta. Alright. Alright, we'll make a fish pasta. Now it's time to make the best meal in the game. That gives you 5,000, which is the maximum amount of energy you can have. Cool. Now I think they'll learn from others' mistakes. Yeah, I believe so too. And I think they do want to make it sustainable too. Oh damn it, crispy. Because I think that's going to be a big one of keeping the game just and trying to find like the balance for it, because it's a decent game for a potentially free-to-play game, You get a lot for it, and I think what's going to rope people in longer is those realms, the more realms they unlock. I'm a bit worried about what's going to happen if there's going to be introduced a character limit, because I think I'm going to be a bit gutted if I have to start picking and choosing who can be in my village. I think that's going to be a gutting moment. Alright, please don't freeze. Please don't freeze. Please don't freeze. Good. Still, all the stuff us old gamers don't like about it, yeah. And I agree. I think they've got a very good balance of... Because I honestly think the free-to-play model is going to be something that's going to die very quickly. I don't think it's going to be around for a very long time. Alright, now I need to... I think it's had its heyday, and I think they're going to realize that millions and millions and millions of dollars that they're plugging into a game, it doesn't work if people don't play the game for very long. And that's what's happening. People just aren't playing the game for very long. Yeah, basically, yeah, exactly. It's following the stream wars, but the problem is that they're dumping the games and just moving on. And they don't realize how much damage that has actually done over time. And how repeating that of make a game, milk the audience for as much money as possible, then dump it. I don't think they'll realize how much that's burning out their customer base. I'm just gonna stop trusting you. Yeah, exactly. They need to find a way to give people accessibility if you jump into a game well after it's launched. Because I do think you get into a thing of like, oh, this is Battle Pass 16, you know, why can't I do Battle Pass 1? Well, I want those items. Halo's done that. That allows you to pick what Battle Pass you want to do, which is great. But also the rewards for those Battle Passes are kind of shit, so... It's like, damned if you do, damned if you don't. It's like, yeah, you can do this Battle Pass, yeah, but also the rewards are really shit. So, sorry. Like, they have to be decent rewards, you know? You think Final Fantasy 14 will be the model? Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say what will stick. I think I'm worried about the legacy of the games nowadays. Because, like, you could say retro games or games from the 90s, even early 2000s. You can just play them still now without any worry. You know, it doesn't have to be connected to the internet. It doesn't have to have too many. It doesn't have to have patches. It doesn't have any of those bells and whistles. But nowadays, like this game, this requires to be online, even though it's a single-player game. So what's going to happen if, you know, they decide, all right, development's done, we're leaving it alone? Is there going to be any ability to just keep playing it in 5, 10, 15 years? Even if they won't play it for very long, you still want to play it. Like a game launching what Final Fantasy 14 ended up doing. Possibly. It's very unpredictable. Whenever a market gets oversaturated, just like 3D movies, I can't say words at the moment, but you know what I mean. Just like 3D movies, goes away just as quick as it arrives. Even though the Battle Pass and all that stuff has been around for a while, I think we're reaching that point where people are starting to get really sick of it and gravitating away from it. Maybe they're like, hey, once you buy base game with free price, Xbox will cost sub. Yeah. I mean, I like this game. It's definitely along the lines of how I would like monetization to work. I think what's going to happen in the future is the realms will be moonstones. There's going to be some that you pay with Dreamlight, but a lot of the extra realms will be moonstones. I hope they develop an expansion pack for this game. I think going back to that model will be really cool. But I do worry that they'll develop the base game and then only develop realms from then on in, which I don't know. I hope they don't. I hope they continue to look into maybe an expansion pack, more biomes, better, you know, AI interactions, something like that, you know. I like the free trial of Final Fantasy Endo. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I should really play Final Fantasy one day. I've never played any Final Fantasy game, even though it seems like exactly my kind of thing. You know, you ever had that one game that you just never played, that everyone else has played? Final Fantasy was basically the franchise equivalent for me. Everyone's played it, and I just haven't touched it. You haven't played any before 14? Yeah, I haven't played any at all. And I'm tempted to get to play 14, but it's just such a time seeker. And if I was gonna play it, it'll be like the same sessions I have here. So I would only be playing 2 hours. I wouldn't be able to do long raids. I wouldn't be able to do any of that kind of MMO stuff. And it's not because I don't have the time. I could make the time. Just, you know, I would have to sacrifice, you know, my personal life, my time with my girlfriend and stuff like that. I swear the only people that can really play MMOs nowadays as an adult are streamers, like full-time streamers. Haven't done the most recent expansion pack. Wait, what do you mean though that? Sorry. Haven't done the... Oh, you haven't done it. Ah, you haven't done it. Alright. Well, at least you're getting something out of it then. It's a free game and you haven't needed to buy extra content yet, but you probably would want to. Yeah, you have the opposite problem, too much time. So you should stream. I mean, if you're gonna play the game anyway. That's what the way I see it, because I mean I'm not a very social person. So the way I see it is, well, I'm gonna play this anyway. If I put it to streaming, at least it feels a little bit less tedious. Always constantly on me to get back at it. It probably helps that your partner's a gamer. My partner plays some games, but she's not as into gaming as I would be. So I kind of balance it. What? Your fault. Did you introduce her to it? Did you cause the addiction? Sulfite fruits, alright. She was into stuff like The Sims and Nintendo back in the day, but not so much else. Yeah, my girlfriend's into The Sims. She's into a couple of city planning games as well. Portal, she loves Portal. Like, who doesn't love Portal, let's be honest. Portal's a great game. She hit Final Fantasy, never look back. Yeah. Well, my partner also says that she's got a bit of an addicted personality, so I can see her playing an MMO, and if she gets into it, just gets sucked there forever. So it's probably a good thing she doesn't touch them. Showed a Dreamlight Valley and she literally got her. Oh. The question is she beating you yet? To be fair, she already been playing on the Switch, but it was Claire sharing it. It was Claire sharing it for 2 Dreamlight Valleys. What's going to work out? Yeah, yeah, that would be Bret Hart. I mean, you could alternate between respawns though. Like, you collect everything, then she logs in, collects everything, then you log out. It would actually work in a good system. Be annoying after a while, but I can see it working. Where's the mushrooms? I hate to be that guy, but and this is, I'm saying this so just to be your conscience. I thought you were going to go to bed. I don't want you burning yourself out just to watch my silly little stream. I shouldn't really be saying because you're literally the only one here, but still, I generally can. I found myself being that guy that just stays a little bit longer than I should and then screws myself out for the next day. You need to talk to somebody. Got Merlin over there. Now that system ends, me missing respawns does it. Oh, appreciate it. I'm so okay, good. Just making sure. I've got ADHD, so hyperfocus, and that kicks in. I tend to stay up. It tends to happen when I start to get into my editing. Like, I found myself in hyperfocus today with it, which is very frustrating. But it does make me get a little bit more creative with my TikToks, so I'm having fun with like working out how those work. I hate TikToks, but from an editing point of view, it's actually a nice little challenge to try and get a video within like a minute. Make it a little bit poppy. Like, I don't know what's the perfect size for a TikTok or a YouTube short or whatever, but it's something I find a fun little challenge. But anyway, yeah, hyperfocus. It sucks. And I'm actually getting a bit of a following on TikTok, which is quite interesting. I mean, it's quite easy to follow anyone, but weirdly my TikTok has more people following it than my YouTube now. And it's catching up quickly to my Twitch following. I know it's not the same, it's a bit different, but it's been quite interesting. I'm not a big fan of it, but I don't have it on my phone. I just like log into the computer and do it. It's been fun. It's a nice little creative challenge. And I know I'm rambling about it now, but I don't know. I think I've got this like creative buzz on when it comes to it at the moment. I'm probably gonna get bored of it, but that's me for ya. I'll do another run here. Sure, TikTok is still the most attention efficient. Yeah, it is. And to be honest, like, I don't know really how to do it to actually promote my stream. Or is it more of a case of I should just put it on there and if someone wants to explore my stream, they would go into my TikTok profile and find me that way. I don't know. I don't know. All that stuff about it starting to get saturated is only compared fast TikTok compared to other platforms, still easier visibility. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely a believer you shouldn't pigeonhole yourself into one platform and stuff, and I like to think this whole thing is a big project. It's not about getting as many people to watch me. It's just like, how can I get my stuff out there? That's the way I kind of see it. Because if I'm gonna do it, I feel like I'm, do it the right way. So that's why I'm, on YouTube and Twitch at the same time, and now I've got that. I'm just trying to work out what's gonna be, what do people want to see, really? It's like dipping my toes in the water of it all. Conversion to off-platform, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've thought about, and you're more than welcome if you've got some insights on it. I mean, I'm thinking about adding it some kind of tag or some kind of like indication that of my Twitch handle or something like that in the actual clip, but I don't really know how to do it. Maybe at the bottom. I don't know whether that's a little bit, someone will see that and don't want to watch it. It feels ungenuine. I don't know. Sure, just the impression you have of the performance so far is actually true for that platform. Oh yeah, good. Well, maybe I'll just keep it the way it is. And if someone finds it, they find it. What do I mean about what? Sorry, I say a lot of stuff. And plus the delay's there, so I don't know how to use the clips in your post. No, more because, so I've started a TikTok just more about like, the conversion rate, kind of like if I put it on there, how do I kind of lead people back? Do I put it in the video of like my Twitter handle? Do I just leave it there and just make sure the link is on my profile? I don't know. Don't really know how to do it. I don't know how other streamers do it. I've tried to look at a few of them, but none of them really have like tags or anything. They don't have any tags or anything in that itself to lead them back. So I'm sure there's something there that I could do better. So I don't get a lot of feedback on it. No one really comments or says anything. So I don't really know what works and what don't. I've had a few, to be fair, I've had a few comments that were less than helpful. More insulting, but still gonna do it, but sometimes that hurts the whole pride a little bit, but it's the only way you get better. But I do put them on YouTube and TikTok. TikTok are sometimes actually longer because of, you can do ones longer than a minute. So I typically do the first draft, and if it's longer than a minute, put that one on TikTok. And then cut the other one down to a minute for YouTube. I'm sure there's a way to do it. It's just, baby steps, Not that simple of an answer, yeah. That's what I figured. But hey, at least I'm doing it. And that's hard, that's the hard bit, starting it. And from here I can just, as long as I can keep it up, I can start like refining it, finding better ways to do it. And that's what this whole project is about. Streaming is one aspect, and then I take the streams and make them a clip show, and now the next step is making those little clips and then if I'm able to sustain that, the next step is actually starting Let's Plays up again. So I did these long form 30-minute Let's Plays of different games. So I'm thinking about bringing those back too. Which I like doing. What's Goofy's favorite gifts today? That's good. Alright, we'll do that. The approach I recommend is kind of reverse engineering it from what the goal of the longest form content is. That's always generally worked best as platforms change overall. No reason to think it wouldn't work new ones. Goal of the longest. It's just to really entertain people. It's actually just really for a diary for myself, but yeah, to be honest, I don't know if I want to go that deep, because it's definitely not intended to just fish for people to watch it. Because if I start going to that route, it's like, what can I do to make people watch it? I don't want to do any of that. That's just not me. It's not it's not my truth, whatever they say it. I don't know. I like the way I'm doing it at the moment. I just want to do like probably the editing side of it just a bit better. And if I'm going to do it, just do little things right. But I kind of like the way I've got things at the moment. I think it worked well. Just a little bit at a time. A little bit at a time. Well, that's good, because that's what usually doesn't work at all. It's true, yeah. That is very true. Yeah, people try and do gimmicky things, and I think that's what, you know, I've tried to watch. I'm trying to learn off other people, right? Trying to see their layouts, how they do it, and then one layout kind of design people always tend to do on Twitch is their gaming layout. Like they would have like 2/3 of, or like 1/3 of the screen covered by like a custom layout. And it's like, no, I want simple. Like what you see here, where it's just my camera and the game, and then just a little follower bar there. And I really only use that follower bar for my own little guide of like, oh look, it's progressed. I don't like people covering the game too much, or those streams that they have, and a lot of female streamers do this, where like 1/3 of the screen is just their full body, and then it's the game like to the side. Like, what's the point in that? And I get the point sometimes why they do it, but still, it just and I guess it brings in more people, attention, stuff. It just doesn't feel so genuine. It feels more of performance art than watching someone game, you know, and having a chat. Yeah, well, I mean, you'd say it doesn't work, but you see these people that do it that way, and you know, they're getting 20, 30 concurrent viewers at once, and you know, can't knock that. I can barely get up to 5, you know. I think I'm getting better though. I'm slowly adding things. Like my Nightbot, I've looked at that and seen how people use that, and added a lot more other stuff into the Nightbot, so it posts. So when it gets busier, it posts different links to different things I do. Yeah, and I'm trying to get better with my editing and my release schedule and stuff. It's a fun project. It's a fun project, and I know, you know, historically, and chances are it's not really going to go too far. I mean, I'm just going to enjoy the ride, and, you know, probably can only keep this up for... My goal is a year. So my goal is to do clip shows and the streaming for a year. At the minimum. So November, I think, is when I started. So November this year, and see how it goes. And if I'm still enjoying it, I'll continue it. If I want to break or sign off, but I'm not gonna become a partner or a affiliate or anything like that. It's not gonna happen, and I think that's not gonna help, you know, anything. But I don't want to do that. I like the way things are. It's quite interesting seeing on YouTube metrics though. Like the difference between a video that someone's come along and watched live, and then if the difference between someone liking a video and not liking it is like 20 views. It's kind of crazy. So the algorithm definitely kicks in even for small ones. In terms of ultra generic terms, general strategy, whatever the long form content is meant to provide for the viewer is what dictates the rest. Like the small platforms get chosen based on which has the population that would most likely want the long form, and the smaller pieces are tailored to them and contextualized to whatever the culture of similar platforms. True. That's very, very true. I mean, the whole thing is just a big project for myself. A big creative project. And if one helps the other, I'm happy with it. And I think ultimately I just want people to enjoy it. And I know that's a very generic thing to say. It's... You get one chuckle out of one person. I don't know, for some reason it feels worth it. No logic behind that, but... Alright, so we're going to do an experiment. So I've got a quest that says harvest vegetables. Now I know when I planted these vegetables before, it counted as a vegetable, but does harvesting count as well? Let's try it. No. So harvesting rice does not count as a vegetable, but planting rice does count as a vegetable. I'm guessing it's only a vegetable when you plant it, which you would think the opposite. Oh well. And that's another Dreamlight Valley mystery. Not solved, but it's a mystery. That sounds kind of vague, but the generic stat. So yeah, true. Yeah, so I probably would stick to what I'm doing, and it won't work. It won't fit the mold, but I guess that's not the point. If I was gambling on this becoming my career, I should have given up a while ago. So I'll just do this until I get bored. At least a year. I want to get to at least a year. The great ideas will most likely flow when you figure out the view. Yeah, exactly. I think it will evolve with over time. I think one of the things I am excited to see for myself is seeing, and the clip show is the big one of how I'm changing things and editing things and the way I do things. I think that's what I'm excited about. Getting better at doing that. And just being able to compare my work from the beginning of the year to the end of it. And no one watches the, like, I wouldn't say no one watches the clip show, but hardly anyone watches it. So it is definitely only for me. Some do, but yeah. Predominantly, it's really only me. He needs some more seafood, and these aren't popping for me. Alright, Donald. Alright, you're gonna have your moment. Alright, you have your moment. Yeah, all eyes on you. Your attention-seeking. I mean, my ultimate goal. If I was gonna say write a goal on a whiteboard, what would be your ultimate goal? My ultimate goal would be earn enough money from streaming that I can create my comic book. That would be the dream. I do have to sacrifice a lot of things I believe in to make that achievable. So I think that's what I have to struggle with. So I didn't want to become an affiliate, or I don't want to become a partner. But in order to actually make any money whatsoever, I have to be. So I'm stuck in this kind of, do I not? And so at the moment, then the answer is no. But yeah, never know. Life is funny. It's very unpredictable. Who knows? Maybe Mr. Beast one day will come across a video of me saying this is what I want to do, and he gives me all the money to make it happen. Sure, but your goal could be accomplished by infinite amount of content choices. Yeah, true. It is true. And also, you know, I like to think I'm doing something a bit different. That I'm a New Zealand streamer who plays Dreamlight on a regular basis. Don't see a lot of people like that. I play one game. I like to think I'm a chilled enough person that I don't do a lot of gimmicky things, or, you know, you go to some chats and they've got all these catchphrases, and you know, they call their community something, and it's all cutesy and stuff, and not really my thing to do all that kind of stuff. It's like, oh yeah, thanks for sub, blah blah blah, yeah. Yeah, it's just, I like to keep a more low-key kind of chilled vibe or feeling, and I don't ever want to go into that kind of mold. I am worried they're gonna have, you know, too many people that can't keep track of everyone's names, and I'm gonna offend someone, or someone tells me something and I have to get them to repeat it because I'm just goldfish brain. But it's not the most horrible kind of situation to be in. I don't know. I've always got dreams of it, and it'll be cool just to experience it, you know. I mean, I had a brief experience of it when that TikTok got released and it got like 90,000 views, and I got a lot of people coming to me. That felt a bit overwhelming, so I don't think I could do that. I don't think I can handle 10. I reckon I could handle, if you were looking at like concurrent viewers at one time, probably 10 I could deal with. Anything more, it starts to get a bit crazy.
It's raining. Where are my rainbows?
Harvest 5 vegetables. Alright. Alright, we'll do the potatoes. Just because they're right there. What choices you make are more likely to work out if you aim for the viewer goal that you like to provide. Like, for example, if the goal for the viewers to get info about games, or to have a place to chill, to chat about and learn about some other topic. Okay, yeah, it's definitely a place to chill, kind of. You don't really, the game content is something that drives it forward, because it's just, you know, changes here and there, but most of the time it's chilled vibes. like having these kind of conversations. I mean, the game doesn't really matter. I've got my own goal. With my ADHD brain, it helps having a distraction. Probably just more of a chilled out vibe, like having a discussion or that. Like, I like to think the stream is just like just chatting mixed with Dreamlight Valley as like the backdrop. And I assume that's what most people get from it. The kind of ones that we can have like a proper conversation. Yeah, exactly. And I think it's naturally gone into that, so it makes it sustainable. And I've got my routine, so I've already got a schedule. And I think that's all I need. That's really all I need, and everything else is just me flexing my creativity and seeing what I can do, really. Alright, so fish and chips and a 5-star meal. Alright. And I think the problem with me is because I've got ADHD, I can't just sit. I get fidgety. So I need to constantly kind of do stuff. So if that's the goal, then now you have to reverse engineer what looks like yeah. I think that's going to be a weekend job to sit down and think about that one. You can choose what platforms prize based on people chill out. Yeah, true. Well, I do want people to come talk about the game once in a while. That does. I mean, an early access game I do find absolutely fascinating. I like the idea of it can completely change with an update. They don't know what's coming, you know. So this game does feel like a different game that it's turning into, but I also don't think the devs know what kind of game this is actually going to end up being. Because when you look at the multiplayer aspect, you look at the questing, you look at all that. What's it? I mean, they talk about endless possibilities in terms of design, but they've limited that ability right now. How are they going to fix that? Is it going to be primarily a designing game? Or is there going to be some kind of in-game kind of thing? I find it rather interesting. I don't even think that devs really know where they're going to land with it. I think they've got the initial goal in mind of what they're planning to do, and that's the main storyline. And I think they've got ideas of how to monetize it, but I don't know what they're going to do after that, because it's a lot of time, care, and love put into this game when you compare it to a lot of other free-to-play games. Well, a lot of games in general, some out there. You can get creative with the content on the platform. It best appeals to people who want chill. Yeah, so maybe I look into doing TikToks more inclined to the chilled conversations we have, rather than anything that actually happens in-game. So nothing about the game, really, but about the conversations we do. Okay. That's a good angle. For example, if the platform you choose is big on making fun of trends, you could make fun of how seriously people take those games and chill on your channel. Okay. True. Yeah. How could I show that, though? It's a tricky one. You make a good point, though. So maybe I'll think about that next week. What angle to go with that? I don't know if that's a good idea either for you or general. Is yeah. No. You make some solid points, and you're definitely not wrong. I think it's just a case of how do I do it without it feeling a bit staged. I mean, a lot of our conversations that we have in here, they're very long form. There's no quick gimmicky things. There's not like some people do, you know, they have their audience throw them a joke and they react to it or something like that. Our conversations are very long form. So that makes that I'll make say the TikTok platform a little bit hard to make it all snippy and within that time frame. What? How is soy not? Soy's not a vegetable either. God damn it. Yeah, you make a very good point. And maybe I should start thinking about that direction. I think what I am focused on at the moment is getting back up into my routine, because I kind of fell away with my holiday. So now I'm back at it. I may look into refining it. Because I was just rushing to get up to date. And now I can slow down a bit. God. See, I got the plant vegetables ones, but not the harvest vegetables. So apparently this isn't a vegetable unless you plant it. God damn it. I swear this game's against me sometimes. You should go to bed, mate. I mean, it is probably a Tuesday or Wednesday morning for you. You're going to be burnt out tomorrow. Unless you don't got anything to do. And then you know, it's fine. Just do whatever you want, I guess. Shouldn't really be telling you what you should or shouldn't do. I don't know. Sorry for caring. It's not that I'm not. Please don't take it as I'm trying to say like subtly hint to that I want you to go. Definitely none of that. I know it's me that sometimes I get wrapped up in the conversation and forget about the world. Oh hey, Caspin. Oh, thanks for lurking. I think that's what I have been enjoying though is people like Caspin. Just lurking. I love people like just lurking. There's Phoenix Fire as well who comes in quite a lot. He has trouble sleeping. But I love it. He just pops in sometimes and just lurks for a bit. It's great. I bought way too much of that now. I've got way too much stuff now. Bugger. Alright, we'll get rid of that. Is there any characters around me? It's goofy. Do I have a daily discussion? I'll take a picture. Come on. Cool. We gotta take one in-person workday tomorrow. I should be. Gotta take her one person work. What does that mean? Gotta take her to her one in-person workday tomorrow. Oh, so you mean like in the office? So it's like one day you have to go into the office? Haven't had anyone with organic growth strategies much since the move. Is that something you've done quite a lot, or even professionally? You seem to be quite knowledgeable in the sector, so it's quite interesting seeing it from a more analytical point of view. I don't know if you've been around when I said it. I'm a workforce planner, so I definitely deal with stats and more of the analytical stuff. I look after, and I don't know if this word means anything to you, but 400 FTE, which are full-time. It's basically 400 plus people. And so I deal with a lot of numbers and stats and schedules and trying to be the most efficient possible with my time. So that's probably why I find it a little bit fun to do things a little bit my own way, but still try and make the most out of doing it that way. It's a bit of mix of both. Yeah. I only say that because I don't remember who I've told. Yeah, kind of get a bit lost in the whole thing. Is sometimes you mention it 100 million times, but there's always someone that hasn't heard it yet. Do you want me to work? She worked from home the rest of the time. Oh yeah, I work from home twice a week, which is why I stream. There's some streams I don't do it like my morning kind of streams because I go into the office those days. Like tomorrow, I won't be doing a morning stream because I'll be going to the office. But interesting. You make some really good valid points, and I guess it's just a question of what I want out of it. And the more and more I do this, the less and less I kind of want to be successful, but I want to be successful in like a certain way. I want people to see my stuff. I want people to give me feedback. I do want to at least to get like 1,000 like subscribers on YouTube just to cross that 1,000 mark. It's something I've always wanted to do, but as in like continuous growth and all that stuff, I don't know whether I want that. So yeah, it was part of my old job for a good while. Yeah, it's a messy beast, especially when you are looking when let's say managers have their own priorities and it kind of conflicts with what you're trying to achieve, and them trying to do one particular thing can kind of derail what you're trying to achieve, and you're trying to find that balance and trying to make everyone happy, but no one can happy because statistically just the math doesn't work out. It can be a very messy one. Sometimes math is math. It just works out the way it does. You can't squeeze more work out of someone that's already pretty high squeezed. And sometimes people don't like to hear that. Yeah. It's like, yeah, we get it. You think that amount of work can be done by that amount of people, but this is what's actually happening. Math doesn't work. Math is math. Mr. Incredible said, math is math. And I don't have any I don't hold anything against them for thinking that way, because it's not their job to think about numbers. It's my job. But it does get frustrating sometimes when they don't see what you're trying to get at. And that can kind of come down to my own communication skills, though, you know? Me not being able to, I wouldn't say dummy it down, but put it into words that it's easier for them to understand based off their role, you know? It's a messy one. But I do enjoy it. I think the one thing I struggle with is, let's say, the industry that I work in at the moment in terms of the actual content rather than workforce planning. It's more of what they do, and I had to be very vague because it's not something I should be broadcasting. I really want to be in an industry that I really am passionate about, and workforce planning is a little bit limited when it comes to that. I mean, most workforce planning roles, they're just like insurance companies or call centers or big corporation entities, which you don't really want to work for. I mean, I love video games. I would love for somehow tie my workforce planning in the video game industry, but you don't get massive call centers for video games, unfortunately. There's a lot of the community, probably the customer service stuff there, but I don't think that they're less focused on workforce management and more like they just have people. They're just firing people left, right, and center, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, numbers doing all this fun. Yeah. 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 They have their moments, but I get it. I get it. And I mean, to be honest, my job will probably be replaced by AI, and then I'll be screwed anyway. But that is actually a deep fear for it. Like, technically, my job could be done by a robot. But I think the human element is quite important in workforce management, especially when it comes to burnout, processes. There's a lot. I mean, robots can only look at, so much, and they look at static facts or figures. AI is good at interpreting things and translating it, but sometimes it doesn't really work. I'm sure. Can't say I know anything about any of that, but definitely, yeah. I mean, yeah, I would love a workforce planning role in an industry I'm really passionate about, like space. Space is a good one. I love a job as a workforce planner in the space industry. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of crossover with what I'm doing at the moment because my job's all about, you know, completing tasks and emails and phone calls and all that stuff. Space doesn't really need that. Space industry don't really have a high kind of contact center more, or e-channel correspondence demand at the moment. They're not getting thousands of emails a day about jobs and so forth. And anyone is in need of that, probably not hiring me, like with my skill level. But it is a real worry that, you know, AI replaced me and then what? I spent 10, 20 years in the industry and then get replaced and I'll be like 50 and then just going, alright, what now? They took my job. I mean, I would not have any animosity, but, you know, my words are pretty jumbled all the time. I wouldn't, you know, hate on it too hard because it's just like, alright, this is more efficient, it's saving time, it's saving money. It would suck. Why I didn't go back to the job and switching fields entirely now. Yeah. Well, you did the right thing. I mean, you moved for the right reasons and did it early enough. I never know, maybe or maybe there's something related to the experience. Yeah, I mean, it could be. And I just have to keep my eye out for it. I mean, I'm in New Zealand. Rocket Lab's just up the road. Well, not literally up the road, but it's a good 5-hour drive from where I am. I'm not shutting the door on it. It's just, oh. Thanks, Night Owls. Welcome. Feel free to say anything. I thought it was only me and McZuggins in this room. I realized my restream count, I don't think it's actually counting because it says I've only got one person in here. I got 2. Hey, Night Owls. How are you going? Hope you enjoyed my depressing talk about possibly being replaced by AI in my real life job. I just streamed this game not too long ago. Yeah, I pretty much play this game every day on stream for a couple of hours. It's pretty much what I do every week or every day, apart from the weekends. But I do 2 hours. I typically do about 2-3 hours in the evenings, and then an hour or 2 in the mornings. It's not depressing. Yeah, I mean, it's not depressing. It's just like morbid. I don't know. I guess that, like, let's say this: if my job gets replaced by AI in about 5-10 years, I will have to become a professional streamer, and I will have to sell my soul to make it work. I got this game last week, and it's pretty fun. Yeah, I've been playing since launch, so I've completed anything. So, 9 hours. If you ever have any questions about the game, feel free to ask, because pretty much, like, if you look at my collections there, notice they're all pretty full. So feel free. And we've also got a Discord with a bunch of people that do play the game as well, so it's always good to have an extra avenue if you ever get stuck. And always be around. So I've got a YouTube channel. If you're interested, I'll do a little clip show and also do... I I'm really proud of this. So that's the only reason I mentioned it. I do a news of the week every Friday of my last stream, and I put that in the clip show. So if you're ever curious about the news for Dreamlight Valley, you can always go to my YouTube channel. It's always the start of the clip show. Either it does, or you go and do something in an industry. Yeah, true. Or it doesn't, and you help them adopt AI and make. Yeah, true. I mean, it could go either way. I mean, it could go for a scary route, or it could go for a cool, you know, new age of thinking kind of route. I think it's just still early days, and I don't think we would really know for a while. And hopefully we'll know, and it's not going to be a case of, oh, robots are taking over now, it's too late. I like to think that we've made enough doom and gloom movies about rogue AI that it won't happen. We're all paranoid enough that it won't happen, and that's where my optimism is coming from. Pick up 3 mushrooms, right? We'll check it out. Oh, cool. Thanks, Al. It's not for everyone, and I'm not very good at it, but, you know. If you're ever interested, and even if me and you never speak again, you're more than welcome to check in with me once in a while. I mean, I can't really stop you, but you know what I mean. To be honest, I think 80% of people I knew at my old job would play spending. Yeah, it'll be interesting. I think it will evolve, but I mean, are we heading into that kind of the Star Trek kind of idea of things get so automated and so automatic that the necessity for actual people having a job isn't there, so you just end up doing what you want to do. I mean, that's actually the morbid thing about the Star Trek universe, which is always glossed over. The reason why people join Starfleet is because there's literally nothing else to do. You can become a cook, but you're doing it for free. You know, there's you can do whatever you want for free. So people join Starfleet because they're like, I don't know what I want to do. I'm just going to join this spaceship, guys, and fly around the freaking universe. I do hope it, but it's, when you think about it, you know, it's a weird idea of that you grow up, you get educated, then you realize you're in a society that you can do whatever you want, and you're like, okay, what do I want? What can I do? You know? But in the meantime, they better get going doing so. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's going to be an odd one. It's going to be a very interesting period of time, and I mean, Tom Scott did a really good video on it. It's like, we don't know where on the curve we are when it comes to AI. Like, are we still going up? Have we actually hit the peak? I don't think we have, but like, how far up the curve are we? Are we near the top, or about to go over the top, or are we just still right at the bottom and it's only going to get, you know, better or worse from here? That was just particular departments I had to work with, though. It'll be different for different people, not meaning it'll, yeah, exactly. And the work will evolve too, so there could be new departments, or I mean, they may develop an algorithm team or an AI team that actually does the monitoring and the stress testing and the quality control for the AI controlling everything else. Because that's what they have to do. A quality control will come in soon with regulation. So regulation will come in as well. And then companies will be forced to, as the title says, regulate their stuff. Have the guarantees that, you know, it is delivering what it should be delivering, because if you keep on trusting AI, or they're the results from the AI, there's no way to prove that's right. That's how you get rogue AIs. That's how you get Terminators. No quality checking. 2 minerals, right? Like the copywriters, for example, I'm pretty sure the free public version of ChatGPT can already replace them for free already if the boss. Yeah, probably. I mean, that's what copywriters are, right? They just rinse and repeat. But does that mean just the ones that used to be copywriters, would they move into another role? I mean, I think what will happen is proofreaders. You'll get copywriters and then you'll have proofreaders because, well, someone's going to have to quality check that stuff. If you just trust the AI all the time, you're doom and gloom. If I was them, I'll let them do the job now while I started working on something else ASAP. It's just a question of, like, if anything's wrong on it, you're in trouble. You'll be in a very bad position, especially when it comes to legalese. That could potentially be a multi-million-dollar loss if it's not done right. And it's not. And they openly admit ChatGPT isn't perfect. It's good, but I don't. You know, it could be a phrasing, could be, especially when you're talking about legal terms. Could be a phrasing, could be a wording, could be something very, very slight. Fucks it up for everybody. And you know that will happen eventually with too much reliance on it. Somebody will mess it up for the rest of us. Sure, but half of them screwed up with the yeah, true. True, but I don't know what's worse, an AI screwing it up or a human screwing it up. Because if an AI screws it up, it's going to put people's doubt in all the AI stuff that it's done. And there could be thousands of stuff at that point. But if one person screws it up, they haven't dealt with thousands and thousands of stuff. They haven't dealt with the stuff that they've dealt with. Yeah. You're probably a bit burnt on that, but I can see the outside perspective. Like if I'm a client, and then I'm delivered something, and I'm putting my faith in you to get this right, you fuck up my case, and then I go, "Oi, why did you fuck it up? It was this phrasing. Oh, what was that? Oh, it was just the AI that did it." And it's like, so I lost everything because you trusted a robot and no one proofread it. Yeah. If it's an individual, it's a bit easier to take, I guess. You fucked it up? No, my intern did. Fire them. Alright, sweet, done. Well, actually, I have no idea how law works, so that could be not how that works.
Well, hello there.
Oh. I watch Suits a lot. It's pretty much where all my expertise comes from. I know it's a very, like, over-dramatic, corny show, but I like it. I like it because it's corny. Speaking only of a few people I specifically knew at this one department, AI mistakes can only be an improvement. Well, okay. Not speaking to the quality of the people you worked with. I'm just really speaking in very generic terms that not everyone has that problem. But it would be interesting to see how that's approached.
Have a good night.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think if a mistake is made by a person versus a mistake done by AI, I think the ramifications that come from that would be a little bit different. And I think if it comes from the AI, there's going to be bigger problems than if it comes from a human being. But what do I know? I'm just a nerd New Zealand dude that plays this game way too much. And that probably scared off that night owl guy. Or girl. I scared night owl. Was here for like 2 seconds.
I bet your first friend was a toy. Am I right?
Maybe I shouldn't advertise my YouTube channel the minute they come in. I just get excited about it. Well, people that like the game are like, you should look at this. This is what I've done. You should really stop doing that. That's my impulse control for you. Because like when I'm in my evening streams, the reason why I'm so a lot more talkative and a lot more all over the show is because my meds have worn off. In the mornings, my meds are kicking in. So it's kind of like a bit of a yin and a yang kind of situation. And there was a guy on one of the driving crews who kept his job for 20 years despite having crashed like 6 of the most expensive cars. Damn. Why did he crash them really early? Like, did he get his crashing out like really early in his career, or did he crash 6 expensive cars like over a good period of his career? Because I can imagine him like in the first 10 years, he crashed 6, and then the next 10 years he was sweet. Because crashing six cars over the space of 10 years, that's not that bad when you think about it. Was from 1 a year until they banned him from the okay, that's fair. That's fair. I'm surprised they kept him around. But, I mean, I don't know what the employment laws are. I mean, in New Zealand, if that kind of thing happened, you wouldn't be able to fire someone. You can't just fire someone for no reason. It's very, I think New Zealand's one of the like hardest countries to actually fire someone. You have to be a pretty big fuck up. So you want to replace self-train? Yeah, that's fair. I can see I mean, to be honest, there'd be a lot of situations that would be safer to have self-driving cars, like old homes or people older having the ability to be able to still be independent. Massive. That would be massive. I think the issue that we're having with an aging population is that we don't really have enough people to look after the old people, and being able to kind of alleviate some of that pressure would be big. There's always that one person there. Yeah. There is that one person that makes life hard for everybody else. And the key to it is not being that person, or at least knowing who that person is, because then you know it's not you. What's that? Pretty fish. To replace it with Alpine and Primo's team yet. Yeah, that's easier to say, but then and it's always that the annoying thing about those kind of people is that often they do just enough to not get fired. That sucks. Because you're like, alright, not a bad guy, fine. But part of you is like, you're going to fuck up again. You're just going to make my life harder. It was a beast. Yeah, there we go. See, yeah. That's what I'm saying. There's always some kind of reason they keep you around. Well, I'm finishing my stream in 15 minutes, by the way. So you've done very well of staying awake, but you're going to be buggered tired tomorrow. So I do apologize. It's been a good chat. No, your fault, yeah. I know, but I still felt bad. I mean, would you say you'd be asleep if you weren't watching my stream right now? Because then, remember, if you say yes, you're basically saying, basically risking me being a dick about it and saying, well, you just have to prove it now. And it's like, you can't go to bed after the stream, you have to stay up just to prove it. It's going to be a whole thing, so better be careful. Alright, well, at least I achieved my goal of 40,000. So it'll be 30,000 when I make the 2 chests. Alright, we're going to start putting things away. Possibly that's fine. I'll grab that. Yeah, I'm sure you'll be fine. I'm just giving you shit. I always get hesitant to swear on here. I don't know why. That's why I kind of like, with my curse words, I kind of slip a little bit.
You have yourself a great night.
Alright, I haven't talked to Scar. Oh. No.
There you are.
There you go. Yeah, Trina. I dare you to say that to her. It's all fun and games to bet, but the minute you say it to them, you're in trouble. Unless you're like me and my partner, we actively joke about it. Those are the good relationships. You just actively just throw shade at each other and you're fine about it. Oh, that one's done now. So how about? Oh, how am I going to do this? So I can't put a table there. I mean, I could put a table there. Actually, I could put a table. Oh, fine. It's a big moment. I'm moving on to the complete section. Cool. And then that one there. Cool. And then that there. Oh, perfect. No, she'll never say it. Well, at least she's self-aware. At least that's something. Alright, so we're going to start wrapping things up. Slowly. I just have to figure out what I need to wrap up. Got that there, that there. So I got these goods to shove. And alright. It's hard about bit of wrapping everything up. I have a thing, I want a clear inventory before I log in. So everything needs to go away. Diamond. So, yep. But yeah, it's been a really good chat. I appreciate it. And it might actually hit you up over time. If I've got any questions about brand refinement, I guess that's the word. I don't know what they call it. Whatever they call it. Without me sounding like some kind of pretentious douche. Sweet. I will take you up on that, and you will regret being open to the idea of me asking you questions about it. There we go. Alright, we'll switch over to that one. There we go. Content marketing is probably the bro term, yeah. Yeah, I don't want to say that though, because it makes me sound real douchey. Alright. Oh. Ooh. We'll grab the last fish, and then we'll put all the fish away. And then we'll actually make some chests, so... I'm making the chest the last thing that I'm doing. Actually, I didn't check how much dark wood I end up having in the end. 58. Nice. So I can make 2. I think that's the hard bit. Making all the chests. Still got 45 more of these gold chests to make. So still a while ago. Placement strategy. Yeah, placement strategy. That's a good one. Placement strategy. I like that one. That one's growing on me. Placement strategy. But, I mean, it depends on how I want to do it. Because if I start thinking in those terms, it starts to lose why I did this to begin with. And then becomes something. So I have to be careful. I have to make sure the changes I make fit my goal, my personal goal, rather than just trying to draw in as many people as possible. Because anyone can do clickbait, let's be honest. I want to be able to live with myself at the end of the day. Pitch. Fucking bros and viewers, yeah. Anything about brand building, yeah. It kind of reminds me of that South Park episode. The second one with Harry and Meghan in it about the branding. You didn't see it. Yeah, it's a really good South Park episode. There's a big branding thing in it, and they go to say the title of the business. But yeah, there's a big branding thing and joke about it as well. Highly recommend it, and based off this conversation, I feel like you'll enjoy that. It's hard to believe, like, after all that work that I did for the last 2 hours, that's all I got. Those 2 chests to show of it. To be fair, I'm doing this on myself. There's literally no reason why I need so much storage. I'm so happy to never have to be pitched some idiot vomiting words like that at me again. You're lucky. Well, I'm glad you got out of it. Have you kind of worked out the direction you're going to go yet? Is that still a work in progress? I think that's the wrong way. Yeah, that's the wrong way. Big step closer, yeah. Well, if all else fails, we've always got OnlyFans. I mean, there's always a market there. It's been around, you know, that kind of stuff has been around for longer than me and you will ever live. Today was a big day. Oh, really? Oh, nice. So what exactly happened? So what exactly made it the big day step? Make sure all my plants are watered.
I can't take it anymore. My mind's about to go to war. I need someone to save me from myself.
One of my few connections in the general kind of field I'm interested. Go back to me. Oh, nice. After some intros. Nice. A couple of people in roles of curiosity. Nice. Shadowing. Perfect. That's a massive step. Getting your foot in the door. Well, foot in the door in the sense of getting around the people you want to be talking to. And one I didn't even know existed. Nice. Well, I hope it does. Honestly, I do hope it works out. And you're in a very unique opportunity, and you probably realize this as well, of, you know, having a supportive partner and a financially stable partner that allows you to explore those avenues. I mean, very few people get that chance. Yeah, first meeting's always, you know, first has to come before second. First step has to come before second step, so. Well, nice. So when does all that go down? Do you know when? Have you got anything concrete yet, or when you'll be able to do this? Or was it kind of like first step is actually just opening up the conversation, and then you're gonna work out the logistics from there? The means? Nah. Yeah, the means is what we're referring to now. I just replied. Cool. All I was. Okay. Alright. So the ball's in their court. Let's just hope they hit back. I mean, those kind of invitations, you could say, or offerings, sometimes it comes down to luck, because it's just about whether they have time to slot you in and everything. Exciting, though. Exciting stuff.
I suppose everyone's been telling you that I'm the bad guy.
Now it's logics and learning more about the ones I didn't know. Yeah. Hey, you got time. And definitely embrace it and get it right. The last thing we want to do is go through all this only to be stuck in the same situation again, which could happen. Could definitely happen. But doing it right first time, which it sounds like you've got a sus, so just time. It's gonna take time. There's mutual connection though. So yeah, that is very true. In my experience as well. Especially how they want to keep those good relationships going. Alright, well thanks McZuggins, and thanks anyone else watching out there. And thanks Night Owl for the follow. It's actually my first follow I've had for a week. Which is surprising. Not really surprising, just there was a bit of a delay on that. Normally, like, it's weird with Twitch. I mean, sometimes it just comes thick and fast, and then sometimes it's like a week. It's kind of crazy. Yeah. Thank you, everyone, for watching. I'll be back on in 24 hours. I'm not doing my morning stream because I'm in the office, but, you know, I got all my YouTube stuff and stuff, you know. And thanks for the awesome chat, Zuggins, and let me know next time you pop in how it's going. And obviously we've got Discord as well if you want to post in there. A bunch of the regulars are in there too. Cool. I'm going to go to bed because I'm knackered. So, thank you from the bottom of my heart. And Night Owls, if you are hearing this and I never talk to you again, you have a great life. I won't say that to McZuggins because you most likely will be back. Cool. All good. You go to bed, mate. You have a good one. Bye. And to everyone else, kia ora.